Vice President JD Vance discusses airstrikes on Iran's nuclear program, Washington, D.C. In a recent interview on Meet the Press, Vice President JD Vance confirmed that the United States is not at war with Iran, but rather at war with Iran's nuclear program. His remarks followed a night of U.S. airstrikes that reportedly targeted and destroyed Iranian nuclear facilities, which Vance described as an incredible operation executed by American Air Force pilots. The operation, a display of American military prowess. Vice President Vance lauded the precision and effectiveness of the recent airstrikes. He detailed how American Air Force pilots flew from Missouri, dropped 30,000 lb bombs on a target the size of a washing machine, and returned safely without landing in the Middle East, only refueling midair. It's really an incredible operation, a testament to the power of American military, Vance stated, attributing the success to capable presidential leadership. He asserted that the strikes destroyed the Iranian nuclear program and set that program back substantially, a diplomatic reset or a dead end. Following the strikes, President Trump issued a strong warning via social media. Any retaliation by Iran will be met with force greater than what was witnessed tonight. Vance reiterated the U.S. stance, emphasizing, "We do not want war with Iran. We actually want peace. But we want peace in the context of them not having a nuclear weapons program." When questioned about the possibility of negotiations, especially given the Iranian foreign minister's claim that the U.S. had blown up diplomacy, Vance strongly disagreed. He argued that diplomacy was never given a real chance by the Iranians, whom he accused of stonewalling and trying to draw this process out as long as possible so that they could rebuild their nuclear weapons program without the threat of American action. Vance expressed hope that the airstrikes could reset the relationship, presenting Iran with a choice. They can go down the path of peace, or they can go down the path of this ridiculous brinksmanship, of funding terrorism, of trying to build a nuclear weapon, and that's just not something the United States can accept. He boldly advised Iranian leadership, "The Iranians are clearly not very good at war. Perhaps they should follow President Trump's lead and give peace a chance." Red lines and repercussions. The vice president was pressed on potential Iranian retaliation, particularly concerning the Strait of Hormuz, a critical waterway for global oil trade. While acknowledging the potential for such disruption, Vance deemed it suicidal for Iran's economy. He emphasized that the biggest red line is the Iranian nuclear weapons program, not actions that would primarily harm Iran itself. On the question of military escalation and U.S. boots on the ground, Vance unequivocally stated, "The president's been very clear, it sounds. We have no interest in a protracted conflict. We have no interest in boots on the ground." He framed the strike as a very precise, a very surgical strike tailored to an American national interest, which he defined as preventing Iran from acquiring a nuclear weapon, intelligence, and decision-making. Addressing concerns about the timing and justification of the strikes, Vance clarified that while the final decision was made minutes before the bombs were dropped, the decision to act stemmed from a growing conviction that Iran was rushing towards a nuclear weapons program while simultaneously refusing to negotiate. He cited a narrow window of opportunity to effectively. Vance confirmed that the decision to act was based on U.S. intelligence, though intelligence is shared with allies like Britain and Israel. He emphasized that the perceived stonewalling by Iran in negotiations was a key catalyst for the president's decision. Constitutional authority and congressional debate. The legality of the unilateral military action was also raised, with some lawmakers, including Congressman Thomas Massie and Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, criticizing it as unconstitutional and grounds for impeachment due to the lack of prior congressional approval. Vice President Vance countered these arguments, asserting that the president has clear authority to act to prevent the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction. He distinguished the current action from past failed foreign policy in the Middle East, arguing that this was a targeted strike aimed at a specific national security objective, preventing Iran from acquiring a nuclear weapon. This is not going to be some long, drawn-out thing. We've got in. We've done the job of setting their nuclear program back, Vance concluded. Simple principle. Iran can't have a nuclear weapon. That has animated American policy over the past 130 days. It's going to continue to be a driving force of our policy in the Middle East for the next 3.5 years.